is prototype model. So prototype means what? Just a sample, right? As a pilot project, we can say pilot project, or just a sample or model kind of thing. That's a prototype. So prototype model. So this prototype model, before designing phase, a prototype is developed, tested, reviewed, and approved by the customer. After that, design will be ready for coding, testing, installation, and maintenance. So initially, so design won't be done in this prototype model. Just a sample code they will write, and they will give a demo to the customer. If the customer likes it, then he will start giving the requirements. Then you will follow again all RCL methodology. All the SDLC methodologies. That's the prototype model. If he doesn't like, you have to throw entire code in the dustbin. That's the prototype model. So this prototype is prepared based on the customer requirements. Prototype testing is just checking for the required components are present or not. So because when the customer are not aware of his, not clear of his requirements, what he wants, then people will just give a demo, and so once he likes, you'll get a project also, right? That's a prototype model. So there are two approaches here: rapid throwaway prototyping, evolutionary prototyping. So rapid throwaway prototyping is, so it's one of the useful method of exploring ideas and getting customer feedback for each of them. So in this method, a developed prototype need not necessarily be a part of the ultimate accepted prototype. Customer feedback helps you, in preventing unnecessary design faults, and hence the final prototype developed is for a better quality. Basically, what will happen here is you will give a demo to the customers, then you will give a feedback. Based on the feedback, you will implement it. Again, you will give a demo. So if he doesn't like, so you have to throw the entire code in the test. That's a rapid throwaway prototype. Evolutionary prototype is not like that. Basically, in this prototype model, first it will be developed, incrementally refined, incrementally modified on the basis of customer feedback, till it finally gets approved by the customer or accepted by the customer. So in comparison to rapid throwaway prototyping, it offers a better approach which saves time as well as an effort. There in the rapid throwaway prototype, if customer doesn't like, all your effort is waste, and your entire code, whatever you have written, that also waste. Time also waste, right? Your effort to time and all this stuff, so going vain. That's a rapid throwaway. But so evolutionary prototype is not like that. So you will keep on, giving demos until the customer accepts this. Until the customer accepts that, you'll keep doing that. So in comparison to this, this is the main difference between evolutionary and okay. So developing a prototype from scratch for every iteration of the phases. So sometimes it is going to be frustrated for the developers and for the people, because until the customer acceptance, you keep on doing the changes, and again you have to test, then you have to give a demo to the customer. So this is all going to be, irritating for the developers, right? When he is going to accept, we don't know. So once it is accepted, then the customer starts giving the requirements, then you will start the designing, then so you will go for all the other SDLC process, coding, then testing, and maintenance and deployment. So that's how it is going to happen. These are the two models, and you can see initial set of user requirements, quick design. So you develop the prototype. So if the prototype is not accepted by the customer, so discard the prototype, develop final SRS, design, implement, test, and deliver and maintain. So if he accepts the prototype, then you refine the prototype. So test the final product, deliver and maintain. So that's both type of models. But this one is more no useful. But this one is until the customer accepts, you have to do continuously changes. So that's the prototype 2 models. So the advantage is here. So customers can see the partial product early in the life cycle. This ensures a greater level of customer satisfaction and comfortness. So new requirements can easily accommodated as there is a scope for the refinement. So if any new requirements also there, we can add in the application. So missing functional can be easily figured out. So what is missing, you can easily find out because you are giving a demo. So errors can be detected much earlier, therefore, so you can save the time and cost. And so developed prototype can be reused by the developers for more complicated projects in the future. Because it is not useful for you, you can use same code in other place. So for other projects, the flexibility in design. So that's our advantages. Disadvantages is so costly with respect to time as well as money. Because we don't know how many days it will take, right? Until customer accepts, you need to keep giving demos. So there may be too much variation in the requirements each time the prototype is evaluated by the customer, because he will expect something and developers will develop something. So that too much variations will be there. Poor documentation due to continuously changing customer requirements, because no documentation will be maintained. So because he's just giving the feedback in the demo, and if somebody they will record it nowadays, but so proper document won't be there, right? That's a bigger challenge here. It's very difficult for the developers to accommodate all the changes demanded by the customer, because immediately you have to give a demo, right, with the new changes. That's difficult for the developers. So there is uncertainty in determining the number of iterations that would be required for the before the customer accepts this prototype. So we don't know how many iterations it will go. So until customer satisfaction, you have to keep doing the coding, then testing. We don't know how many iterations it will take. So after seeing an early prototype, customer sometimes demand the actual product to be delivered very quickly. So that's another problem here. So, okay, if he accepts, okay, you can deliver quickly, so he will demand. Because already you developed a lot of code, so you can deliver it immediately. So that he will demand. That's another problem. But for us, it's risky, right? So shorter deadlines means it's difficult for us. So because they have to write the code, you have to test it. A lot of time it will take. But so that sometimes it's going to be difficult to deliver if they ask you very shorter time frames. So developers in a hurry to build prototypes may end up with some small solutions, and that might give a long-term issues. So that's why you have to be long-term solutions you have to give, not short-term solutions in the code. The customer might lose interest in the product if he or she is not satisfied with the initial prototype. So that's our disadvantages. So if he doesn't like, you have to throw in the dustbin, basically. So all your effort to time, everything waste. That's a prototype model. So you can use this prototype model. So when the requirements of the product are not clearly understood by customer and are unstable, so then you can go for this prototype model. So it can also be used if requirements are changing quickly. So then also you can go for this prototype. So this model can be successfully used for developing user interfaces, means UI, and high technology software systems systems with the complex algorithms and interfaces you can develop with this prototype. It is also another good choice for the demonstrate the technical feasibility of the product. Then you can go for this this prototype model. So basically, somebody, they are not clear of their requirements, what they want. They don't know. But once you give the demo, maybe they will like and they will ask some kind of refinement. That is the reason this prototype will be preferred in the initially. So basically, so that is the main reason people will go for this prototype. Other than that, nothing. Okay. Yeah. So that's all about prototype model. Any questions?